better than you were the other night? Or?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, everything is a risk. You know, you're always. It's all.
Yeah, you may never wake up.
Veronica Webby and her husband are on their way to hospital, a route they know well, having made the trip dozens of times over the past 9 years.
As part of the process to get ready for an embryo transfer, I had a saline ultrasound done. As has happened in the past, I have uterine polyps. And so the polyps can actually impede the implantation of the embryo.
Veronica needs surgery before attempting another round of IVF. The couple faces difficulty having children. After 5 artificial inseminations and 2 miscarriages, their son Ladner was finally born via IVF in 2020. A challenging journey, emotionally and financially.
By the time we got to Ladner, it was about, I think, somewhere around 40 or 50,000 with everything, you know, sort of all in. And then we did another retrieval after that, which is about another 15 or so with medicine, doing the retrieval, doing the transfers we've done.
Infertility affects millions of Americans. 11% of women and 9% of men struggle to conceive.
I don't know that anything compares to the emotional aspect of it. It is truly one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with. It's difficult for him too. I mean,
Yeah.
It's an emotional.
It's tough, yeah. And you tend to blame yourself, you know. I mean, we both have fertility issues that you just, you know, your mind always goes to that place where, is it something I did, you know? I mean, is it my lifestyle, you know? Is it, did I have too many beers or, you know, did I drink too much, whatever. I mean, so, yeah, there's always that kind of guilt.
Every year in the US, around 2% of children are born from IVF.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
I feel good, yeah.
Try to make that uterus happy so we can
That's right.
have another little one.
That's right.
So,
Sounds good.
Get Ladner a buddy. He's been talking about
Has
it.
he?
Yeah. But it's
well,
cute.
we're working on it.
Yeah,
So
we'll get there.
In February, Alabama's Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos are children, meaning that the destruction of those left unused could lead to criminal charges, a decision that temporarily put fertility care on hold.
It created a lot of turmoil and upset patients until we were able to get some legislative relief to allow us to open our doors again and deliver care. If IVF is sufficiently restricted, it puts a woman's health at risk. She's going to have more invasive procedures to achieve an outcome. They're going to have to spend a lot more money to try to get the same outcome. And you know, it sort of ignores the reality of how human reproduction actually works. We've trained for 11 years, and we keep making the point that we are trying to help people have families. You know, legitimately, that's our focus.
The will to restrict IVF often comes from right-wing religious groups. Eric Johnston, attorney and head of Alabama's pro-life coalition, is the architect of the current abortion ban in Alabama. Yet he says he supports IVF.
I do not want to see it forbidden. I would like to see it properly regulated. The status under Alabama law is it's a person. See, and that is the problem that you run into with what do you do with the leftover embryos? If they're people, what do you do with them? The main thing is limit the embryos and treat the families with respect.
Like Alabama, 12 other states have tried to introduce laws that give embryos the status of a person.
We're going to have a draft of that and then have a chance for people to go to their legislators and say, are you pro-IVF? If you are, if you believe in these things, we want you to sign this pledge.
Yes.
Veronica has joined forces with other women to maintain IVF procedures in her state. The law that protects doctors and patients could potentially be amended in the next legislative session.
This law that we passed in March, it has also now been challenged as a part of the original lawsuit that started all this. It's now being challenged as unconstitutional. If that is overturned as unconstitutional, that means that clinics will close, and not just for a couple of days like last time, for potentially even months, because it's going to require a constitutional amendment to address the core issue that we've been trying to solve.
No matter who is in office, no matter what side of the aisle anybody is on, I need for every single person to understand how important the option of IVF is, that it's about families.
In September in Washington, D.C., members of Congress attempted twice to pass laws protecting IVF, but were blocked by Republicans in the Senate. IVF regulations are bound to change yet again with the next administration in power.